Hi, welcome back to Confessions from Angels and happy 444 portals. This is a love reading for our divine masculines, divine feminines. You will have one next and it's separate. Hi. I'm going to start it off on a fun, upbeat note because I'm about to sound like a preacher. Because it's heavy energy tonight, divine masculines. You know, this 4-4 portal is no joke. It definitely is a new cycle. We've got a new full moon coming up in Libra, which is all about justice and fairness and things of that, which I love. I have Libra in my chart, although I'm a Cancer myself. But we're going to do a recap of 2020 thus far, and it's not all pretty. And you've got some warnings from the universe. And yeah, I'm just the divine messenger. I don't know how to convey that more to you because I'm going to be delivering a message that even I had to sit back and think to myself, oh my gosh, how am I going to get this across without them hating me? Because there's no reason to pass judgment on me when I'm the divine messenger, and that's all I am. I spent an hour and a half meditating this morning. I even had a good cry over this, okay? And I was left with 3 channel messages that I'm going to share both with you, divine masculines, and our divine feminines in their reading. And I also want to point out that at the end of my meditation, and I wrote notes and notes and notes, quite a few pages, I only had 2 pages left in my notebook, 2 blank pages. Didn't I talk about a blank slate earlier this week? And didn't I show you, or I think actually it was on an Instagram story, so it was only up for 24 hours, but the reset button was on my microwave where the universe is like, time for a reset, time for a redo. And I also wanted to get some answers, about these divine counterparts and the energy. And I'm a divine feminine myself, who's been disappointed greatly as well. And the universe definitely has a message for divine masculine. They may even be making you privy to certain things that you probably have no idea that's going on, or you would not be allowing this to happen. So first channel message that I have for divine masculines is you need to show, and please show, more compassion, generosity, and kindness towards your divine counterpart, towards your divine feminine, who it seems like, based on the cards that I pulled, you're not in a relationship with. It almost seems like you're in no communication and or are in what we call separation, even though and this card has multiple meanings to it. It's related to a relationship, but it's also separation for a divine twin flame journey, if you will. So, and why do you need to show more compassion, generosity, and kindness towards somebody that's not in your life? Well, it's your divine mission, your spiritual mission, if you will, to defend and protect your divine feminine. And don't allow jealousy or haters gossip about her and spread rumors that are not true. Now, I'm a divine messenger. I pull cards. It is from the universe. And for the record, when I first started doing tarot, it was only because I'm so intuitive. When I was guided towards them, I it was just a natural thing because I'm intuitive. I understood them, and even my angels at first were like, because we have angels, but we also have spirit guides, and my spirit guides and the divine and everybody is the ones who know that I could use these cards to convey messages to the mass. I actually had to convince them that I was going to use this for good and not to gossip, because that was their warning to me, because we do get into some personal things. But once they realized that, and this is how we can convey a message, and through visual aids, That's really the main reason why I personally do tarot, because I don't need cards to know what's going on. We can meditate. Being spiritual, I see things on walls. I get synchronicities. I get messages through everything you can possibly imagine. I could be walking down the street and see a spirit animal. I could see a license plate and it has a message for me. I can walk past my TV and hear something and know that's meant for me. I can see someone's name. I see somebody's birthday. I look at the clock and it's my birthday. And then I listen to the TV and that's a message for me. There are all different ways that we get messages, and getting them through sleep and just knowing things. So, having said that, that is what the divine wants you to know, is that you have fake friends, all right, who are definitely envious of your divine feminine, which makes zero sense to me, because clearly you're in separation and they're the ones getting all the money and sex from you, and your poor divine feminine is getting nothing. So the universe is clearly saying, look, if you can't offer anything to her, then at the very least show her some compassion, generosity, and kindness, and through that, by defending and protecting her and not allowing other people. It's one thing if these fake friends and women are able to seduce you and take your money. Don't allow them to hurt your divine feminine as well. So you're going to get some judgment from the universe, divine masculine. I was looking for more information. They're asking you to get more information. You need more knowledge as to what's going on. So really the main energy for today's reading for you is to recap 2020, but to let you know who the players really are, because I have a feeling you may not even be privy to what's going on. And we're about to tell you. So the main energy, outside of giving you more knowledge and information based on our channelings this morning and meditation, and it being the 4-4 portal, a lot of us in the spiritual community did meditate. I did it for well over an hour and a half as well, maybe not well over, but it was let's just say time got away from me. Okay. I literally had 2 blank pieces of paper left in my notebook. But for you, the current energy, I almost the time of day it is, and I'm not a big drinker. I felt like I needed something, because this is heavy energy. So just sit back and know that this is the universe, and they always have your best interest at heart. This is to take inventory on what's going on, give you some advice as to how you can move forward, and then what the universe expects from you in order for you to get rewarded from the universe, okay? To stop seeing some of these hardships, if you will. Okay, so having said that, the main energy, outside of giving you some knowledge today, dropping some knowledge, is seduction and embarrassment. Okay, you left yourself open to seduction. Now, I'm hoping that this is the January, February, recent past, but usually the first 2 cards are all about, yes, there was, seduction and this and that, and now you're embarrassed to approach your divine counterpart. And next we have the 4 of Pentacles, and when it's sitting next to a card that's about somebody being money hungry, sitting next to a card that's about a fake friend who's female. There's a lot of female energy, divine masculine, in this reading. In fact, it's all female energy. Someone's definitely wearing a mask. There's twilight sex going on, and it is talking about you're risking your spiritual values. And this card is not just about money; it's also about self-value as well, and holding on to your values, your personal respect. And sitting next to a card about money hungry, holding on to your money as well. So holding on to your self-respect, holding on to your value system, and holding on to your money is definitely the message I'm getting strongly from the universe for you. This person is gaslighting, all right? And they've got pretend feelings. They're pretending that they like you. but they don't. I don't know if it's because, you went out to dinner with them or what. There's a fork and a knife in this card. Um, but, there's also a bed and stuff. So maybe you're putting them up at a nice hotel. I don't know if this was, I don't think this is current energy because no one's going out right now. At least they shouldn't be in quarantine. I'm just glad my dog finally settled down a little bit. Poor thing. Um, yeah. So not liking this fake friend card has shown up for weeks now. And, I thought maybe it was a male friend because, the universe is trying to get you more down a career path and grow up a little bit and have some stability in your life. And, but really it's the female friends that are in your life, and there's multiple, by the way. Divine masculine, they're redheads, they're brunettes, they're young, they're older, they're blonde. They all have long hair, even might even have an African American. There you literally have everybody. Everybody but your divine feminine. Poor thing, I feel bad for her. All right. So, the strength card is basically saying, look, you're being dominated. You think you're conquesting all of these women, but really they're the ones conquesting you, dominating you. So when you have a fake friend card show up and somebody who's wearing a mask and they're money hungry, and this is about lifestyle and sex and money, and the strength card is showing up, that tells me you have an enemy. You're being attacked. All right. And to protect yourself. And the universe gave me some advice as to how you can do that. So, when we talked earlier about, your friends gossiping and talking bad, or, possibly having some haters, or if you think, oh, somebody's just jealous. Well, here's how you're going to test that theory. All right. Hear me out. And I have experience with this theory too, by the way. What will happen if, let's say, the universe just strips you from all of your money and sex? Who's still going to be there for you? Who, and more to the point, when we're talking about self-values, will you still value yourself? Or do you actually see yourself as successful based on the amount of sex you're having as conquests and money that you have for those? Ask yourself that. That's number one, because your outcome over here is the universe telling you it's going to be more about your achievements professionally than it is the conquest sexually that's going to impress people, and even yourself at the end of the day. Now, years ago, I started my career out with the chief of surgery, and he had a beater, his car from residency and through college. Okay, he did not come from an affluent family. He didn't get a nice car, this or that, until well into his career. And he used to pick girls up in this beater car. And he's like, I do this on purpose because I want to see if the girls like me for me, if they like me or my money. So when I show up and I've got this beater car, little do they know I'm a surgeon. Little do they know I've got a nicer car sitting in my driveway at home. I want to see if this girl really likes me for me. And then I work for another doctor a few years later who took it to another level and would never tell people he had money because he didn't want people, especially, it's funny that these cars come into play, but I remember him asking me if I knew anybody that did car work on the side, because he hated taking his car into the car dealership because they always, charged him more money. And I'm like, yeah, I do. He goes, Lisa, don't tell them I'm a doctor. All right. And because he didn't want the price to go up on the repairs that he needed for his car. And I think it was just something like an oil change or something. And that really taught me a good lesson, because one day, I think this was like the third or fourth time that he had brought his car in for an oil change or whatever he needed done in his car. I don't remember. It was like almost 20 years ago now. And I accidentally slipped, and I'm like, oh yeah, doc. And the guy was like, doctor? And wouldn't you know it? He was right. The mechanic raised his prices because he knew he was a doctor and tried taking his money. So you have situations like that that have nothing to do with girls or sex, but people still do that. So if you show your lifestyle off too much to people, they're going to become envious, they're going to become fake, and they're going to want your money. And now you have fake friends. You see how that works? And if you're using it to your advantage, well, the universe has a way of making that stop too. Okay? There's no value or honor in it. Okay? I'm just saying. I'm no prude. I enjoy good, rolling the hay myself. There's nothing wrong with good sex. And we're going to get into that in a minute too, okay? Because the card that this Strength card is sitting next to is a different Four of Pentacles. We've got the Four of Pentacles up here from my traditional tarot deck that talks about holding on to money and values. Okay, sitting next to a card that's all about someone that's money hungry, sitting next to a card that's all about lust and intense lust and selfishness and greed. That's what this card's about, sitting next to a card that's saying, look, you're going to have to be strong because you're under attack. Somebody knows that you've got a weakness. Somebody knows that they can get to you through sex. That's what that attack is. That's what that fake friend is all about. That's what the gaslighting and not showing their true feelings is all about, Divine Masculine. They know you have a weakness and they're attacking you. And this card is saying, wake up. And they're on to you. They know they can get your money through sex, through drugs, through this and that. And you might think it's okay at first until it's not, because look at her hoo-ha. It's red. Is that an STD? Is she pregnant? She's young. And there's a sword right by her hoo-ha. And this card, this one's not good. I always cringe when this one comes up. And not just because there's a sword by her hoo-ha. It's because this is about a risk. This is about making an immediate decision of affairs of the heart where emotion has a risk. And her hoo-ha is red as can be. Yikes. That's heavy. For a nice, sexy card, that scares me. Because it's next to a card that actually I enjoy. This guy's got a nice penis, and he's getting a hand job, but this is a Tower. Because all good things come to an end. The passion, the sensuality will come to an end. And this is divine intervention, by the way. You're not going to have the strength to do it because the Tower is always a very spiritual card. That is always divine intervention. Something wasn't working, and so the divine had to step in and make it stop, which tells me that he's going to make the sex and the money and all that go away to show you what life's really about. To rebuild it, this time it's going to be on much solid ground, with much better personal values. And he's going to teach you how to hold on to your money this time too, so no one steals it. Well, we're going to start by discretion. Let's use it with this and with money. All right? So let's talk about this card. Somebody got too emotional. Somebody was just in it for the money. And somebody was selfish. All the way around, that's one-sided. Of course it's going to end, right? Of course that's fake. Everybody was fake all the way around. So it also says that, you're just not into this anymore either. That this is going to play out. Something's going to, be the means to the end. And this penis, in the definition of this card, is about losing the erection. Something's going to happen to where you're like, oh my gosh. And maybe it's sitting next to this one with the red hoo-ha. Maybe it was an STD. I don't know, but divine intervention is going to play a role. And now that we're in quarantine, a lot of people aren't working, so the money's not going to be there. And you can't seduce these people through nice dinners and hotels and travel. You're stuck at home. Yeah. And who's still there? Yeah, you could do the sexting and that. That's just going to feed into the internet porn and this and that. So something's going to happen. Because it's sitting next to the Five of Cups. That's all about heartbreak. And the separation card also has a heart that's broken. See that? Maybe you're just heartbroken because you're not getting sex anymore. I got to make a little jokes. This is heavy energy. I hate being the divine messenger in these type of readings. But it's also about emotional baggage. And let's talk about that for a little bit. I sincerely believe that some of these conquests that some of these divine masculines have been on and spiritual journeys are all about stripping away karma, past life karma, any type of divine shenanigan, if you will, like somebody who's just not pure or has good intentions. So when you're on a spiritual journey, and if you're a twin flame, if you're a divine masculine, the universe is not going to tolerate this type of behavior for too long, because you're supposed to be doing bigger and better things with your life, and not just that big thing. The Tower moments are designed to strip away anything that is not for your highest good or the universe's highest good. And you are what's good for the universe. Your God-given talents, your God-given gifts. You might have a means of communication. You might have a technology that the world needs. The sky's the limit, but the universe chose you to have this special gift, power, means, enterprise, whatever, and you're blowing it on sex, drugs, and rock and roll. All right? And that's why he's getting, why there's divine intervention. Because this card is all about emotional baggage, and maybe it's emotional trauma. Maybe you're just pissed off because somebody screwed you over in the past. Maybe the emotional baggage is from not just, an ex-girlfriend or an ex-wife. Could be from multiple people. Maybe somebody really broke your heart, and that's what the emotional baggage is, and that's what all these sexual conquests are. It's emotional. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a wound, just to take it off again and have it bleed. So I sincerely believe that this is really not who you are, because I know what your outcome is. I know who the players are. I've seen your future. But I do sincerely think that you either had a childhood wound, past life regression, somebody really hurt and betrayed you in this lifetime, so you're out for revenge. And it's just to make you feel better. But the divine's not having it, because you're better than that. You're supposed to lead by example. So when they say release your ex, yeah, we know that there's a separation, and maybe you're a twin flame in separation, but release the past energy from this emotional baggage. That's the way I'm reading this card. Because even the angel in here is like, oh my gosh, you're killing me with this. You're still doing this? You even have the angels in angst. And who upsets an angel? So you need to release this energy. You got to break that contract. Remove those obstacles from your life. Unhex your life. Start making better decisions. And I have a feeling this is above you. I think this is more than what you can handle. So we're going to talk about getting some help in a little bit. Because eventually you're going to have to apologize to your divine feminine, who's had to endure all of this without any of the benefits, sitting on the sidelines, watching all this play out. You might think you're being discreet, but the people you're messing around with are not. They're talking. They're sharing photos on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, and their friends are sharing friends and talking. Word's out. I don't think an apology is even going to suffice at this point. So the universe has more words of wisdom for you, and I'm loving this next card. This is the Knave of Penis. No, I'm kidding. It's the Knave of Wands. And this says that the universe wants you to have the perfect sexual relationship. What does that mean? It wants you to have perfect sexual harmony between two lovers. Listen to this next word of advice. No abuse of power. Maybe it was the money that corrupted you and your value system, and so you felt like you could buy sex. Because this card is clearly indicating that there was abuse of power. I don't know who it was, but guess what? The girls are the ones with the power because they found your weakness. You thought you were corrupt by all the money, but they won in the end, and her hoo-ha is red, and you no longer have an erect penis. I hope you didn't get an STD or knock someone up. So the universe wants you, and you can have that perfect sexual harmony, but you're only going to have that if there's no abuse of power. That makes sense. Because judgment's here. Karma is here. I told you this was heavy energy. So we have our King of Pentacles, and this is all about security and having discipline and leadership skills and wealth, okay? But I'm also getting the vibe that the universe is going to block this abundance until you get back to that energy, Divine Masculine. Because I don't feel that right now you deserve it because you're abusing that power. They're asking you to hold on to your value system and hold on to your money, not give your body away to everybody because, there's no value in that. It's an attack now. The girls know this, and there's multiple that are after you. I think everybody's out for revenge except for your Divine Feminine who's licking her wounds and watching this play out. She's the good soul, and yet she's the one who your friends are gossiping and talking bad about. How can that be when she hasn't stolen one penny from you? She's not screwed you over in the bedroom. She has not slept with multiple people, and she doesn't have an STD. How are these other people talking bad about her? Why does the universe have to tell you to be kinder, more generous, and have compassion toward your Divine Feminine when she's none of this? She's not even a fake friend. She's being honest with you, and she's being chastised. And I pulled the religious factors. So she's even getting chastised for having a spiritual belief. She's the good soul. She's not sleeping around. She's not taking anybody's money. The Divine Feminines are in their power. So that's why the Divine's like, enough. So we're going to strip away your money, we're going to strip away the sex, and we're going to see what's left. And now you are going to have to rebuild yourself. But the good news is, when I've got the Knight of Swords showing up, you're going to do it. And I love this energy. Because you're going to have the self-control, you're going to have the discipline and the leadership, and you're going to use it wisely this time. You're not going to have an abuse of power. You're not going to use your money to manipulate or take, because I have a feeling you were money hungry too. All right? Because there is definitely an abuse of power here, but it looks like the player got played because the females are being asked, you left yourself open to seduction. They found their way in, and then they ended up taking it from you. Yikes. So leave this poor religious girl alone. She's the good soul. Remember that. Because the rest of this is actually pretty good news. We've got the Star card. I'm loving, even with this quarantine and this COVID-19, the Star card showing up is good just in that energy alone. But this is also about faith, renewed faith, and healing, and opposites blending well together. And the Naked Girl is all about truth. And the Waters is about emotions. But it's also dark time, dark night of the soul. So get rid of the illusions. Get rid of those fantasies. Your prized possession should be your achievements, not your conquests. I'm going to repeat that. Your achievements should be your prized possession, not your conquests. You want something to be proud of. You want something your family can be proud of, your children, your friends, yourself, a legacy. You want to build an empire because there's an emperor. What good is an empire if there's no emperor? Okay? Sorry. I'm just the divine messenger. Well, I'm a little more than that. We know. I'm your direct source to God. So, when we talk about the Knight of Swords, it's also about overcoming obstacles in your path. So the universe is going to test you again, Divine Masculine. They're going to want to see if you abuse your power with money, or if you're going to be easily seduced moving forward, or are you going to be a tower of strength? Be humble about your money. Be discreet. Don't let people know you have it. Let them know about your achievements. Something of something you can offer. Okay? Because the universe is going to test you. And you're going to need some strength and determination to make this happen. It's not going to happen overnight either. You're going to have to be bold, daring, courageous, and brave. I'm still getting hung up about this religious factors. That's why you weren't with your divine feminine. She's too spiritual. Probably because she knows she wasn't going to fall for these shenanigans. She's the good soul. You should be so lucky and blessed to have somebody like that in your life, because what comes with blessings? Abundance. I got to tell you, anybody I've ever worked for, except for one, has financially really, really done well. Abundance seems to follow me. The Fool card underneath our Emperor tells me that this is the end of a cycle, but you're not really sure what to expect. You're still a little embarrassed. You know you need to apologize. You don't want anything to apologize for again moving forward, because that's never fun. Because you know you let your divine feminine down. You let yourself down. You let a lot of people down by this. But I'm here to tell you, don't be so embarrassed. What's done is done. Let's heal and move forward. Because we're all about building people up and helping them. And that's the vibe I'm getting with the Fool card and the Emperor, is that in order to have this hard work, discipline, and self-control, and we talk about an end of a life, that tells me that there's got to be some type of rehabilitation that needs to take place. I don't know if that's rehab, if that's sex therapy, if it's self-help books, if it's going within and trying to figure this out. But when you've got this many people, and there's multiple women in all different ages and races showing up in your reading, coming after you, I mean, you'd have to be Gandhi not to succumb to that. So somehow you're going to have to either remove yourself from it, wipe that slate clean, unfollow everybody on Instagram, get a new phone number. Something's going to happen to where you're not, maybe even get a home gym, to where you're not looking at people in underwear all day. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. Because that's where the temptation comes from too. I mean, I get turned down looking at guys, but I got a home gym now. And plus, I don't want all those sweat and bacteria and all that stuff at home. And I don't want to have to worry about what little time I have. I want to just go to the next room, work out, shower at home. Everything's mine. Everything's clean. And I can just get it done. And plus, I can see things on my wall. But this is about you. All right? But you're going to have the luck and the universe on your side with the Fool and a new beginning. Love that. And it's going to happen very soon, but you need to decide when this comes. Not next year. Although I have been saying, pulling the next card, I have been saying that your money's probably going to balance out in winter solstice of 2020. It's going to take some time for the universe to build its trust from you again, and for you to rebuild your net worth, if you will. Okay? because you haven't really experienced true love yet. You've experienced lust. I don't care if you were married or not. It may have been for the wrong reasons. Maybe just a kindred spirit, somebody to have fun with. But have you really, truly loved somebody? Have you inspired somebody else to be the best version of themselves without taunting them or throwing something in their face or being cryptic about it? What's true love? Ask that spiritual friend. She'll know. Give her a chance. Express your love. She has no idea what's going on with you, besides what I'm telling her. And this is your soulmate, divine soulmate and or twin flame. And how do you know when they're a twin flame? Yeah, you're going to have to call eventually or DM or something. You know when they're your twin flame when you see synchronicities, when you have spiritual gifts, when the universe is constantly sending you messages. It's not somebody that says, oh, I'm your divine feminine because I go to church every day and I read the Bible. This is much more spiritual and higher than religion. This is a divine connection. You literally see angels. You see feathers that just randomly fall. I mean, your world is very mystical when you're in a divine relationship. It's actually really cool. Some of the stuff I see every day is amazing. And I wish that for you as well. This is a tough read. I'm so sorry, Divine Masculines. I really, truly am. I really do adore each and every one of you. I do. And I'm here for you. I am. So the universe has one last word for you. Stay positive, because I know this was heavy. Even I had to stay positive. I got to tell you, this was a tough read. But it is perfect timing to start, this new journey. Helpful people, this is where I got that rehab from. There is an opportunity for something better for you and better than all of this. And you're better than all of that. All right. Love and light. Have a good night.